Okay, so this is a little bit different for me. I've never actually kind of gone in this direction or done this before, but I'm actually gonna be starting a new channel with an existing channel that I already have, um, but that I haven't really used for many purposes. But I'm basically gonna be using this channel to kind of use for my own personal use, to be able to express my feelings and basically just be able to express myself to the world without having to burden other people. And when I say this, what I mean is, usually when you have a problem or you want to talk about, excuse me, you want to talk about something to somebody, uh, you go up to them or you give them a call or whatever, and you let them know like what's going on and stuff. But the problem with me is that a lot of times I feel like I've got way too much going on in my own life, and either that or I've been through so much that I feel there's a need to get all of it out, but at the same time it takes a long time to talk about. It takes a long time for anybody to listen, and a lot of times I'll either feel like either people don't care or they don't want to listen, or it's just taking way too long to describe like what it is that I'm feeling in the moment and stuff, and how best to express myself. And so I came up with this idea that I would just do a video journal and basically just recount and reflect and all those different things about things that happen in my life on a personal level. And how personal that'll be will be up to me. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I just this is just an introductory video to say hello to the world and hello to anybody out there that feels like you might be alone, feel like you've been through hell, feel like I don't know, there's times where I feel like the world's against me, like it's hard living in a life where you had a ton of friends and family, and the majority of them just cut you off and don't want to talk to you, and you're kind of like starting over basically, and trying to find new friends, try to find new relationships and stuff like that. And so it's been quite a challenge, like I know for me, I personally deal with depression. I mean, I've definitely dealt with suicidal thoughts because of the depression, because of being cut off and not really having anybody to relate to that can understand what I'm going through. It really does feel, even though there are people that can be around me in the environment, it feels like I'm still alone. I think somebody once said that there's a difference between being alone and loneliness, and I don't have a problem with being alone myself. I'm alone right now, I'm fine. But it's when you get into that feeling of loneliness, when even though there are people around, and they may be people that care about you, and I know my parents, my brother, they really care about me. I have some other friends, close friends, not very many, but I have some left that truly care about me, and I'm really thankful for them. One is in another state across the coast. One is kind of nearby, so but it's better to have friends, I think, than to not have friends. And I'm learning a lot about life. I don't really know everything. I'll never claim to know everything. I believe I'm a pretty intelligent person, and I've learned a lot so far in my life, but I feel like there's so much more to go. and there's so much more to learn. I've definitely made mistakes in my life. I've definitely, cut some people off that I shouldn't have cut off. I don't really believe in cutting people off anymore. It would take something very, very, very rather extreme to do that. But yeah, I think this is just a good opportunity for me to be able to just kind of just talk about like what's going on in my life on a real level, and I know a lot of people are against, putting everything out there on social media and stuff and everything like that. I personally believe in being real. I don't think it's necessary to share like every single detail that you're going through or dealing with, but I just genuinely, I don't like fake people. I don't like it when people are fake with me, and honestly I have a lot of trust issues, and I don't really trust many people because of the many times that I've been betrayed in my own life and just stabbed in the back by friends and family, and different relationships, just people just using me to their own advantage, manipulating me, lying about me behind my back, just all kinds of sick stuff when you're like there defending them to others and trying to reconcile friendships or relationships, and people are just stabbing you in the back. It's pretty shocking when you come to find that out. And it's also changed my view on people. It's changed my view on life in general. And for those that don't know, I am an atheist now. I grew up in a religious cult for 27 years of my life. I have another YouTube channel that deals with the exposure of that, and it's called End Cults Now. For anybody that's interested in watching any of that. So I won't talk a lot about that here. I might reference it from time to time, it depends. But basically I've found that just everything that I thought was real or that I was taught, a lot of it just isn't true. A lot of it is just a lie. It's a smokescreen, an image, and it just really introduced me to the reality of the world, of just how fake things can be and how not everybody out there is genuine. I truly believe there are people that are genuine, but not everybody out there is. And now I believe in survival of the fittest, and I believe that it's the strongest that will survive, the smartest that will survive, the best. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. But I still believe there are good people out there. Or let me rephrase that. I don't think there's anybody that's really inherently good. I think that we all have the tendencies to act upon good qualities or bad qualities, and there's both good and bad in all of us. None of us are perfect, and I don't ever claim to be perfect or ever will claim to be perfect, and nobody out there is either. And I think we should respect each other, and realize that none of us are perfect, and we're all battling through different things. But there are some really deceptive, manipulative people out there that you just have to watch out for and be wary of. And I know for me right now, I'm dealing with going through this breakup. It's been a couple of weeks now since breaking up with my now ex-girlfriend, who I was with for on and off for a year. And it's really tough. It's really hard because she basically was slandering me and making me look bad in front of her friends on Facebook, and just telling lies. Posting videos and stuff of me that, were true, but then she would twist it, and she would cut me off when I was trying to say what I was really trying to say, and then she took it the wrong way, and it's just a whole nightmare. And people, they just believe one side of the story. They don't go and try to find out both sides of the story. And I'm personally a believer in finding out both sides of the story, because if you listen to one side of a story, you're foolish. And if somebody refuses to tell their side of the story, then you can have a pretty good guess that their story is probably bullshit. Well, that's the other thing too, is I tend to curse, because I looked up the history and the origin of curse words, and I encourage you to do so too. It's a fascinating study, very revealing too. It turns out that religion is basically the reason why curse words are considered bad now. And to me, it's a word, and I use it for emphasis. I use it, to make emphatic statements, and because it sounds cool. I like it, and stuff like that. And it's not morally wrong. It's not hurting anybody. It's just a word, I think it depends on how you use the words too. Sometimes, like, you can use them very maliciously, and sometimes I think it's good to fight back. It's good to, when somebody's attacking you, I believe in self-defense. If somebody's attacking you, you should defend yourself. And I'll find that a lot. People will verbally attack me and stuff, and I'll attack back verbally. And, I know not everybody agrees, and, there's the majority of the world out there is religious, and to me that's a crying shame, because I feel like religion has just influenced people to be very divisive and just look down on others, and, oh, you don't believe what I believe, so I'm going to try to reach you until you believe what I believe, and until you believe what I believe, you're wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why can't you just leave people alone and just let them believe whatever they want to believe, and just be a good person? Just, if they're not hurting anybody, let them do whatever they want, But not everybody sees the world the same way, but that's part of human nature. Is what I'm finding out is just, we're not all the same, and we're all different in unique ways. But I guess sometimes I get upset at just how much hatred there is out there, and mostly because of religion. Religion, politics, just very touchy subjects that just get very heated, and people can't just chill and just have a good time, enjoy life. It's like, nah, I have to save you from hell, and it's like, I understand the concepts, behind it and stuff. Like I said, I believe that stuff for 27 years, so I understand. I've been on both sides now, where I can see clearly the perspective from both. And until you've been in that situation, you can't really see clearly. You're just seeing one side of things. So you really have to open yourself up and open your mind up to, different things and stuff. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm really excited about, doing this. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna be received, but I don't think I really care how it's received, because I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because if I keep all of what I'm going through bottled in, then it doesn't do well. I have to talk about it. I have to get it out there. I have to let people know. Whether or not they're listening, it doesn't even matter. I just have to get it out there. I have to talk about it. Even if I just talk about it, if I'm the only one, if I'm just talking to a camera, and that's it, that's enough for me, because I'm getting it out there. And I feel like for whatever reason, that helps. And it doesn't stay stuck in my head and stuff. And there's a lot that I look forward to in life. There's a lot of possibilities that I see in life that, like, I don't know where I'm at right now. Like, personally, I always grew up, with the thinking that I would get married to somebody and, just be with them and till the day that, I die or they die, and we grow old together. And there's still a part of me that still wants that, but there's more of a side of me that's just kind of like, I want to work on myself and just not really depend on other people to get me through life, but try to depend on myself. Because if I can depend on myself and be self-sufficient to get me through life, then I should be able to face any hardship, any like hard circumstance that comes my way. And I know it's not easy. I'd much rather have, something to rely on, people to look to, people to rely on. But I feel that maybe the best way is to just try to rely on myself to get through situations. Because I'll always have me. I won't always have other people. But till the day that I die, I'll always have myself. I'm not always going to have friends that I have right now. I'm not always going to have, my family around. I'm not always going to have, relationships, whatever relationship I'm in at the time. It's something that I'm learning, is that nothing lasts forever. I can't depend upon other people. I can't depend upon a job. I can't depend upon, the place that I live, the things that I like to do, because all that could go away. It could be stripped away from me. And the only thing really that I have in the end until the day that I die is myself. And if I can learn to live with myself and be okay with myself, then I feel like I can be able to face life, no matter what comes. And, there's a lot of hard things that have happened in my life, and, I've been through a divorce. It's crazy. I had my first ex-wife before I had my first ex-girlfriend. Go figure that one. And just some really bizarre circumstances that have kind of taken in my life that I just feel like I just haven't really had like a normal life and stuff. But it's cool because I'm glad to be where I'm at right now, because I'm able to take the hardships and be able to use them for good, and basically just try to learn and grow from them. Whether it's, the loss of friends, or, the death in a family, whatever it is that, comes across, a lot of people, they look to God, they look to religion to get them through things, and I'm glad that they have something to look to. I'm glad that they have their faith that they can rely on and stuff. But personally, I don't have that anymore. I used to have that. I know what it's like to have faith in God. I had faith in God, even though I've been accused by people saying that my faith wasn't in God, that it was in people. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, because they didn't live my life. They weren't in my shoes, and they didn't walk the path that I walked. And until you walk somebody else's path, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're facing. You can think that you can think that you have all the answers and you're the know-it-all on things, but until you're there in that position, you really don't know what they're really facing. But I don't know, life's an interesting thing. It's I think it's a complex thing, but it's a beautiful thing. I think there's been so many memories that I have in my life that are beautiful, that some that I've had to, that I'm trying to learn to let go of, that I don't want to let go of, but I feel like I have to let go of in order to heal, in order to become a better person for myself and to get myself through life. And it's hard to look at those memories and watch them go away. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to let go of really good memories. I know it's hard, but I think it's necessary. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind, because one thing that I'm learning is that you never know what's going to happen in life. You never know the next thing. You never know who you're going to meet next that might impact your life, that for the rest of your life. You never know. Just one second in time can change everything. Every decision affects another. And it's not something that I like to think about a lot, because honestly it gets pretty kind of scary thinking about how one decision that I make can affect many other people's decisions, which affect other decisions, which affect all these lives. And I think people don't realize just how much one decision can affect so much. It makes me want to be very careful in how I make decisions and how I make quick, brash judgments on people. You know, I see a lot of people just, and I do it too. I'm no different. We all do it. We all make quick judgments and stuff, but I think I'm feeling and starting to realize just how serious it can be when you are quick to just agree with somebody else, or agree with their point of view, or make a judgment on somebody else without knowing the situation, without knowing both sides of the situation, without hearing all of the facts. If all of the facts aren't laid out on the table, how can you know? Because one fact that's hidden from the whole situation can alter the entire situation and your view of the situation. And I think people don't realize that. I think they don't realize just how important factual information is. But then again, I mean, it goes into another thing of how necessary, or how worth it, or how is it worth it to find out all the facts to know a situation, or is it better to just remain in the unknown and just make a judgment based off of what you know? It's interesting stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning. And some of it I don't like to think about, honestly. Honestly, I'm at a point in my life right now where I see it on Facebook. People are like posting stuff where it's like, NASA or whatever, the government will pay you however many dollars to sleep for a prolonged amount of time and let them experiment on you or whatever, or take experimentations or whatever. I'm like, sign me up, because I love to fall asleep for like a few months. In fact, actually during the winter, because I hate the winter. I'm trying to get out of this wintry area, this bipolar weather, and move somewhere warm. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's another thing that I find is just that, feelings and emotions, they just come and go. They come and go like storm clouds. And the storm clouds, they'll dissipate. And the feelings and the emotions that I'll be feeling in this moment right now, I'm not going to be feeling in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or next week. It'll be a whole different situation. And I think that's where I'm starting to learn not to put so much trust in my feelings and my emotions, because they just change. Things change, your outlook on things change. And it's just why I keep coming back to that thing of nothing lasts forever, I don't know, it's interesting. But anyways, I'm excited to be able to just turn this on and just talk, and hopefully somebody out there will relate or be interested or want to talk. And if you do want to talk and you are interested, make comments below, below the videos, and I'd be happy to talk with you. I'm always looking to make new friends. I'm always looking to interact with people, learn from people, because I don't know everything. I don't know everything in life, and there's a lot of people that know stuff more than me, and I can learn from them. But at the same time, I want to be who I want to be. I don't want to just be somebody else. I want to be me, and I want to be free to be able to be who I want to be, and take the good qualities from people that I admire or look up to, and use that for my good too, to either help me through life or whatever it is. So almost running about a half hour. I'll try to keep these videos short. I know the shorter the better, I think. I'm still learning stuff about YouTube, honestly. But yeah, I don't really have any like channel art or anything. I'll probably like set all that up to make it look a little more professional and stuff. But if you like the video, leave a like for the video, and share with anybody that may like it or something. I don't know, maybe we can all be friends. That'd be awesome. Anyways, hopefully you all have a great night. It's nighttime where I'm at, so hopefully you have a good rest of your weekend, and take care.